I was at the airport saying goodbye to a very good friend of mine, and it was one of those sad sort of moments. And then I remember going down the escalator and got a phone call from Stan's manager, and he was like, "We want to work with you." I think just keep pushing and just believe in yourself, believe in your goals and creativity, and everyone needs to realize that they can do whatever they put their mind to, no matter how big or small that is. And but it's important to do what makes you happy. And
absolutely.
Oh, is that toilet toilet freshener?
Yep. Kia ora tātou katoa. Nau mai haere mai e hoa ki wanga ki tō tātou huihuinga. A te porokate o tō tātou iwi a te Whakatōhea. Welcome. So we're going to talk about a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself to our iwi.
Thank you. No, thanks for having me, guys. So I'm Jacob. I was born here in Aporiki, just like you guys, I guess. And we've always had a passion for fashion design and fragrance, and sort of, I guess over the last, I think it's 8 years now, I've been doing it from Aporiki. We've got a little warehouse here in Aporiki where we still manufacture all our candles and diffusers and fragrances, and it's been this crazy little journey that we've had sort of, and it's still run here in Aporiki, which is so special and cool. And so it's my sort of a summed up version of my little journey so far, I guess. Yeah.
How did you start off in this journey? What inspired you to be a designer, to make fragrances in there?
I think when I was a bit younger, I had a lot of, I just loved fragrances. Everywhere I was picking up on smells and different things. And I think naturally in my head, I was sort of pairing things together. And then I remember I used to go shopping with mum as a teenager, and I would always be choosing outfits for her, doing little things. And I think so I went off and I sort of decided what I wanted to do, and then went off and studied it. And then I remember finishing and thinking, like, oh my gosh, this is such an expensive industry to get into. Fashion is the biggest industry in the world, and so it costs a lot. And then also getting into fragrances and launching fragrances, I was like, it's the same thing. It costs so much. And so I loved candles and diffusers at the time, and I thought, why not learn how to make the best candles and the best diffusers, and then use those to help build up and get the funds behind needing to create these fragrances and the fashion that I sort of do today. And it's sort of been this 8-year journey of just building and growing, and lots of saving and to grow even more and that sort of thing. Yeah.
It's amazing. And what I love about that is you're here in Aupōtiki in your shed with all your products. And I think that's why I'm buzzing today. Like when they said, okay, so you're interviewing Jakob Carter, and I was just like, okay. Okay, I can do that. So you have a fashion line as well, eh? So I told Kupa, and my voice, I says, come on, we'll have a look at his website. And he goes, Auntie, does he do fashion? And I says, yeah, he does fashion. So how was all of that? So where have you sold all your kakahu, your clothes? Do you have a shop in Auckland or America or?
So it's sort of, the fashion journey has been a bit crazy. We sort of launched I think we're on a second season at the moment, and it's very over the top sort of red carpet style. So we do a lot of magazine shoots and editorial shoots and sort of red carpet stuff. And then overseas, we had a showroom in Los Angeles and Beverly Hills for a while. And they unfortunately closed down during COVID, I think it was. And so we just sort of, and then we sell a lot to the UK through a designer store over there that stocks smaller designers. And so we've just sort of, it's been crazy. And then we have 450 stockists around New Zealand at the moment that sell our products. So gift and homeware stores, family run businesses, and florists. That sort of thing. So it's been one of those really tough journeys, and going around visiting all those stores one by one, and sort of making, because it wasn't just about selling things to people for me. It was about finding people that loved and understood what I was creating, and that could that it wasn't just about money, and creating that connection. And so that's always been my thing, I guess.
I love that. We love that. Let's talk about Stan Walker. Let's talk about human. We smelt it this morning, and you're in the woman's one.
Oh, thank you.
Love. Well, obviously, I chucked some on this one and I was like, I wonder if he'll know that if I'm wearing it or not.
Yeah, no, I thought I could smell it when I walked in.
It's such a beautiful perfume. How did the collab go with Stan Walker? And what, I don't know, like how, did you reach out to him or did he reach out to you? Or
No. So yeah, it was a great collaboration, and where I remember one day thinking, oh, I'd just absolutely love to work with Stan. I'd always been such a big fan of his, and I still remember, I think just after he'd won, it was Australian Idol, I think. And I remember going to the CD store as a teenager and buying his album as soon as it came out, and then listening to it with my auntie and uncle on the way home from Whakatōhea, so yeah, and Sam was just amazing to work with, him and Lou. I love the fact that they're just all about helping people, and that nothing was selfish for them. It was always about doing good for the world and creating something inspiring and making change. And then that was what I was all about. And it was just I remember one day thinking, okay, I've got to do this right. And I sat down and made I think it was 15-page proposal on like what my vision was for a fragrance together, and the notes and just the whole sort of thing, and why we should work together, and how it could work well. And I remember sending it to him, and it was a strange story. I was at the airport saying goodbye to a very good friend of mine, and it was one of those sad sort of moments. And then I remember going down the escalator and got a phone call from Stan's manager, and he was like, we want to work with you, and they had read the proposal, and I was just, so it was like you got that big high and a low time, and it was quite a you could tell it was meant to be. It felt like it was meant to be.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. He pātatou.
How would you get rangatei, the youth, into this industry?
I guess I would just say, it's like you can truly do whatever you put your mind to, and I think it's just that thing about not giving up and always finding a new way. I think everyone reaches roadblocks in business, and it can sometimes feel hard to jump over those roadblocks or know where to go next. And it's part of it's sort of about finding, starting that journey at least, and that's the biggest fear, is actually starting the journey of doing what you love doing. Especially if you're starting your own business, because it costs money and you can lose things, and you have no idea how it's going to go. And then every business has, at the start or at certain points, will have ups and downs. And it's about sort of getting through that and finding the next step, and also talking, if you have business struggles, then find someone that knows more about business than you, and see if you can take them out to lunch and just ask them those questions that you need to find the answers to. And it's sort of I think just keep pushing and just believe in yourself, believe in your goals and creativity, and just put your mind, just realize everyone needs to realize that they can do whatever they put their mind to, no matter how big or small that is. And but it's important to do what makes you happy. And
absolutely. So do you have a coach that helps you with?
And I sort of had a few different people. I get advice from sometimes friends, and if you have I think a few coaches at the moment. I'm very lucky to be working with a few of the biggest e-commerce brand founders in New Zealand and Australia at the moment that who've been really helpful. And and then the other thing is too, is sometimes you get bad feedback on things, and it's important to also realize that look at yourself in your own journey, and the person giving you advice or maybe putting you down in a situation or something like that, then remember where you are in that situation. If you're above them and where they are in life, then don't take that advice on board. Unless it was if you get what I mean. You've got to take advice from the people that have grown. I'm not talking about financial, I'm talking about people that have grown and life, and skills and experience.
So cool. Should we play the game? Should we play the smelly game?
Cool. And I'm excited. Let's go.
What you need to do is so we'll sprayed every single paper on top, and in front of actuals, the container is all the perfume, so the drinking one, it's just like that. Cool. Mere's gonna wheel it over and these are coffee beans.
Thank you.
So we know what they are,
and so these are all fragrances.
So that, what would we call them?
It was a mix. Okay,
It's a mix of like supermarket, like real perfume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's give it a go.
So if you start on that end.
Yep.
Yeah. And try guess what it is.
Cool.
What does it smell?
Oh, is that toilet freshener?
Yep. What kind?
It smells like frangipani. Is it? Oh.
Did he get it right? He did. Do you want us to show you what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. And I said whānau. Here it is.
Oh, I thought it was. Yeah. That's so funny.
Okay, that's it.
That's cool. Yeah. I had a feeling it was. Yeah. No, that's so
You're so right. Okay, next one.
Sweet. That's human. Yeah. It's such a nice sort of sexy, sweet sort of smell. You can, that's a good one.
Yeah, definitely. That is human.
And then
right. Next one. Oh my God, have you got tissue?
Oh,
what's that one?
That one's interesting. I don't actually know what that one is. I mean, it's got a. I can sense that there's notes in it that.
Should I give you a hint, eh?
Yeah.
So it's essential oil.
Oh yeah. Is it a fragrance or is it?
Are you good with essential oils?
Oh, essential oils. Yes.
Yeah. So does it smell familiar?
Oh gosh. I actually can't pick up on that one. It's it's not Kawa, is it? No.
Do you give up?
Didn't think. Okay. Yeah, I give up on that.
Oh, here it is.
Frankincense. Frankincense. Yes. That's cool. It's that's it. I was going to say
wise men gave Jesus.
Yeah. No, that's a good one. It's yeah.
And then our last one.
I like that one.
And our last one. So you've got two correct.
And then let's see what this one is.
What's that one?
Oh. Is that a mix of Caribbean Dream and something else, or is it just changed on the paper?
Okay, I think you should smell this and then smell it again.
I'm just thinking. No, it's not Caribbean Dream, is it? No. I don't know. Oh gosh, how do I not know?
It's a New Zealand classic. It's a New Zealand classic.
Yeah, it's like when you were at high school.
Oh, it's Lynx. It's Lynx. Oh my gosh, I was going to say I know that smell.
Do you know which one?
Is it Africa?
Yes.
Yeah. So sorry, I called on. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
Africa.
It's so funny because I work with individual scents, and so it's hard sometimes to pick up on but that's so funny. That was like the one
you done well.
My dad loves that one.
You done absolutely well. What a great.
No,
you done well. Funny, at least you know your own perfume.
Yeah,
so I've got to give it up to you with that one.
Yeah. Oh,
but cool. I just wanted to ask, when it comes to designing your own clothing line, how much money do you need to start off with? Because there's a lot of rangatahi and people around here that love to get into, that stuff, like designing hoodies, t-shirts.
Totally.
So what do you think is the best
starter
offer?
Yeah, I guess it's sort of it's a bit different depending on the sort of fashion design that you're doing. With my stuff being more sort of red carpet style. You've sort of got to do so much studying with that to learn the ins and outs of it and what fabrics work together and the stitching, and there's so much that goes into that, and so that is quite an expensive journey to get into. It is To be fair, like I think if you were, and if you were going down more of a hoodie and more of a relaxed sort of everyday style, it might need maybe 10, 20 grand to do it properly. But the thing is, you also need, so there's the product, and then the huge part of it is the advertising, which is often more than the product. And then there's also the gosh, I've forgotten the other thing.
The setup.
Say. Yeah,
Heaps.
it's like yeah, and like so the main tour is probably saving for that advertising for a good year or two, and having like giving yourself the best shot to begin with, and then also maybe I remember one thing that helped me with business a lot was always having a backup plan. If there was somewhere where I could have gone wrong, and I would I would look and I'm like, oh, there's something that could go wrong there, and then I have a backup plan in place to begin with. So because often once you get to that point where you've and you've got a plan already in place, you can't do that if you're already there and haven't got the backup plan, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So that was also, it helped us as well, if we had a product that wasn't selling well or that sort of thing, and you've got a little backup plan to move it or get it going again, or that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's sort of a lot of planning, and but yeah, often it's just you can start with, I remember I started with $100, I think it was. In my kitchen making candles and mixing oils together and doing the double with a pot on the stove and a glass bowl, and I was doing the whole
Humble
thing.
times,
Yeah. And then now we've got like full conveyor belts and proper industrial wax melters and all that sort of thing, and so it's taken 8 years, and you just start out small sometimes, and then but yeah, just have a plan. You find your journey and it changes as you grow and start that journey, but it's just taking those first steps.
Absolutely.
And just having a good saved amount sort of behind you, at least sort of 10 grand, I would say, to these, especially with COVID.
Should we ask which celebs have worn your stuff? Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Gosh, I'm just trying to think. So I've obviously Stan and Erin Simpson.
Woohoo.
Gosh, there's been quite a few. Because it's funny because the magazines and editorial shoots, so I often don't see a lot of the stuff that's shot, but a lot of like sort of overseas, and there's some of them that I can't talk about. We had one or two really big celebrities in Australia wearing stuff, and they have this whole thing we have to sign an NDA and you talk about it. But so I've worked with quite a few in New Zealand, and a lot of mostly modelling and sort of models in magazines and editorial shoots in New Zealand, and then overseas sort of a few in America and the UK that people don't know here in New Zealand, but they were really amazing to work with actually, and they had that sort of style and and their own. Everyone had their own individual personality, so it was really cool to try and find unique people to work with that just are themselves, I guess, and just
so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Actually, we have a bit of a koha for you, and we hope that it makes the red carpet one day.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. You don't have to do that.
Thank you for your time, my boy. Like, honestly, and I just want to show you, because it's 100% Whakatōhea. So here's a koha to you from your iwi.
That is so nice.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And it's actually, I think, like 23 karat gold.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's so beautiful. Like that is so beautiful. Can you guys see that? It's so pretty.
And here's some more Whakatōhea.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice of you guys.
Honestly.
Thank you so much. That's honestly so pretty. I love it.
Yeah, just what an amazing journey, eh? Takes you halfway across the world.
Yeah, thank you.
Red carpet experience.
Thank you.
And we're so proud of you and your mahi, like coming out of Opotiki, born and bred. Like, that's a huge thing. Like, there's you and there's like boy, Jimmy. Like, and we have up and coming like Hori Shaw, and like there's so many of you leading the way for in this space, and it's amazing.
Totally. And I love that. Love that we have such a creative community. Everyone here is just, it's, we're heading, Portuguese heading to some big places. It's exciting. Yeah.
So what's the next best thing for you, if you don't mind asking? Like, you don't have to say it, but what are you looking at next?
So at the moment we're working on the big launch in Australia, sort of across Australia. It's a big, I thought it was supposed to be last night we were launching, and it got delayed one more week. So on Sunday we launched in Australia, and we've got, I think we should be in about roughly we're estimating 600 stores across Australia by hopefully the end of the year, which is really exciting. So we're just working really hard to make that happen, and another 4,000 stores on top of that we've got to approach.
So proud.
Yeah, keeping.
So you can take a piece of home with you.
No, I do love this. I'll definitely have
to. So the stuff down the bottom. So I'll just explain to you with your tonga. So the what would you call this, my boy? So these represent every hapu of Whakatōhea. So
wow, that's so cool. I honestly love it so much. So I'll definitely have to wear that sometime.
Absolutely, and if red cup, yes, absolutely.
I love it. I really love that. Thank you so much. It's such a nice gift. Yeah,
my boy.
Yeah, me kia koe. For coming in, take time out of your day to share to our rangatai, to our iwi, part of your experience and your journeys.
Thank you for having me.
Do you know how to pukana?
No, I don't.
That's right. So we normally end with a pukana. So we're going to look over there and take a photo with Zane and tahi rua toru wha pukana. Oh, I love that kettle box that goes with it too.
Oh, thank you so much. That's so nice of you guys.